everyone. My name is Sean. I'm the husband of May. Today's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, honey. I want y'all to buckle up. I've got a bumpy message for you. Do you know that you're called to suffer? Yeah, in the Bible. 1 Peter 4:19, it says, "Let those who suffer according to God's will entrust their souls to a faithful Creator." Suffering is a pretty unpopular topic, probably something none of us would willingly invite into our lives, let alone celebrate being called to. I believe we can lose sight of God's plan for us when we're distracted by the world's pursuit of happiness. The chief objective of this world, as you all know, is finding happiness. Philosophically, hedonism is defined as displaying behavior consistent with experiencing pleasure and positive things at the avoidance of pain and suffering. I think if we're honest, I'd want to be happy every day and avoid everything that brings me pain. It's like that movie, Inside Out, where the character Joy is desperate to control her person and to avoid sadness. That's me. I want to watch comedy movies and eat junk food and avoid all my problems and stay in a place of perpetual happiness. However, y'all know that life is complicated. Bad things happen that we just can't avoid. When we find ourselves in circumstances where we can't be happy, we feel like we've missed the mark. Something's gone wrong. It's a breeding ground for the work of our adversary, our enemy, our never friend, the devil. What happens when your suffering finds you in a rut of depression, anxiety, sadness, or feeling overwhelmed? I've been in those places. I felt like a failed missionary when May and I lived overseas and we weren't seeing an impact despite our best efforts. Later, while we were there, I played Amazing Grace at the funeral of our friends that were executed, martyred for being Christians. Years later, I was at loss for words when my dear mother, as you heard earlier, is on the screen, phoned me in shock to tell me that my brother had lost his battle with depression. And just recently, I was overwhelmed when after 13 blissful years of marriage, my title was set to change for the first time of dad. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't anymore. I'm here to tell you today, there is a blessing in suffering. Christ did not come to bring peace, but he wants to make peace in your soul in the midst of your hardship and your sorrow. Sometimes you're suffering for doing good, for saying, believing the right thing. Sometimes something terrible or challenging, traumatic has happened. Other times you're suffering because you made a bad choice. You went a wrong way. You said or did something that was wrong. There's a darkness when you find yourself in this place. You feel alone, abandoned, isolated. You weren't strong enough. If you were better, you wouldn't be in this place. Everyone's going to judge you. You're worried that they might find out that you're a fraud or a failure. The accuser ridicules you in your most vulnerable times. No matter the circumstances that brought you there, the devil will try to crush you. We project this on others and think that they want to ridicule us too. We do it to ourselves. We invite judgment on ourselves. We even project this on God. We believe that God will ridicule us because we're not good enough. We didn't pass a test, couldn't handle the pressure. If you get nothing out of my message for you today but this, please hear me when I say, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted. And he he saves those who are crushed in spirit. Jesus wants to be there in your turmoil. He says, that's exactly where I want to be, at the end of your rope, in that dark place of your life, in the midst of your suffering. He doesn't want to be far from us. He wants to comfort you when you've lost and when you're vulnerable. The Bible says that he heals the brokenhearted and he binds up their wounds. Jesus takes the moments of weakness and trying times that we don't have any control over, and he heals us. He develops us. He defines us. Suffering is a blessing. It sets you free when you learn to trust God. Suffering draws you closer to Jesus, and Jesus will never fail you. Please be blessed as I close with this last word from Romans 8. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that is to be revealed to us.